Hello, UW-Pro viewers, and welcome to episode 6 of Eagle Watch. Joining me for this show, Eagle football head coach Matt Janus. Matt, how you doing this morning?
Daniel, we're doing. What's shaking today?
Thank you, of course, for taking the extra day, giving me a little time to rest. Viewers, thank you, of course, for the patience. Getting over some allergies, just all around fun time. So, getting back to last weekend, last Saturday, now that you've had a few days to kind of think about that Platteville game and how nuts that was, what are your overall thoughts?
Yeah, obviously, we're disappointed, obviously, in the end results. Feels like we let a bunch of people down here. But, the reality is we lost the football game. We felt with 8 minutes left, that was kind of a turning point right there. And where we should have closed the door on that game, we didn't. And credit, obviously, all the credit in the world to them and continuing to battle through this. Obviously, we get the Adam Quam interception, and then we just kind of let our foot off the gas. We had not our best play calling on offense that very next series. I think we took like 20 seconds off the clock, give them the ball back. They find a way to march down the field and score. And I think, like I said, credit to them sticking with it and keeping their guys up there. Obviously, there was a collection of play calls towards the end that we were frustrated with. A collection of, there's about 6 to 7 plays that we just didn't make for whatever reason. Not because our guys weren't trying. It's not because we weren't trying as coaches. We just left some things out on the table, and we just weren't able to close that game. And obviously, there's we're upset, we're disappointed. There's a lot of emotions that go into that. But the reality is we have to move forward, and we have to move past that. And I thought our coaches and our players did a great job over the last couple of days, and getting that taste out of our mouth and getting on to Oshkosh here.
Coming into this Platteville game, it almost felt like you guys were the hunted, the team to kind of get after in conferences here. Now that you've dropped a game in conference, how does that change the overall mindset of the guys?
Yeah, I think this conference is this conference. This is exactly how this goes year in and year out. And obviously, we had success and won the conference the last 2 years. But I think as you look into this and you go back to last year, this is how this conference operates. It is one possession. You look at some of our victories last year, even against that school. It's been one possession for, it feels like the last 3 years, 4 years now with that school. That's how this league is going to be. That's how Saturday is going to be. It's going to be one possession game. There's going to be stuff where coaching and play calling matters. It's going to be stuff where we're making those final plays, make the difference between winning and losing in this league, because this league is really, really good.
In that post-game presser after the Platteville game, Ryan Nanes said this is still very much anyone's conference to win. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, without a doubt. It's about controlling what we can control, right? And then the only thing we can worry about is beating UW-Oshkosh on Saturday, and that's all we can control. There's still a long way left in this football season. There's still a long way left in this conference, and this conference is going to, just like we've talked about, going to continue to just punch each other back and forth, and all teams are going to, and each week is going. It's like any given Saturday in this league here, and so all we can control is UW-Oshkosh and the way we play on Saturday.
Talk a little bit more on Oshkosh. You head there this weekend, first of back-to-back road conference games. What's being done to prepare for that game?
I think it's a couple of things, right? Like we're back on the road. That's a place that I feel has always been kind of just hard to play. It's kind of a longer travel for our guys in the league here. It's a longer travel, so we got to leave on Friday here to get ready for this game. But when I think we look at the Oshkosh team, this is a football team they are a top 25 football program in the country. They've had 2 huge wins early in the year, then they end up playing, very similar to us, where they've struggled to find games, and so they end up playing a Division II school to play up a level, and then lost a really close one last Saturday to Whitewater here. So this is a team that is really good. I think that the best way I can describe them, and you kind of split them up, and you go to an offense versus their defense. I look at their offense, and I just think like they've done such a great job of building an offense that is centered around speed. They are a size and speed team. They're big up front. They have a huge tackle up front that we played against for a really long time. And then their receivers, their skills, their running back. Like I said, the best way to describe them is they are just a speed team. Their play caller does a phenomenal job. He's really going to stress us here. He's going to move the way he can kind of break down what you're doing on defense and get you into formations that are going to stress your base rules is absolutely phenomenal. He's one of the best around. So it's going to be a challenge, just looking at their offense. And then defensively, they really kind of play a different style of play here. They're I guess you'd say a 3-4. I would assume quarters type of defense. They're going to have really some big overhangs here with their outside linebackers, and really we feel the whole premises of their defense is to try to funnel it back in. They want your quarterback, they want your play caller to kind of get frustrated with everything and to get frustrated and force them into bad decisions. So they're going to present some different things on the defensive side of the ball as well. And then they have a special teams that fits really what their offensive mentality is, right? They look at their special teams, they are a lot of speed on special teams as well.
So, talk a little bit about those plays from Oshkosh on the defensive side of the ball. I've heard you got a few to go over here.
Yeah. So we look, really, I guess, we'll start with their defense here, and we'll kind of get to the next play here. But just to kind of give everybody kind of a feel here of what's going on. Again, a very spread out system with all this, right? And you can kind of see they got some overhang backers right here. Really, it's almost like a 3-man rush and almost like kind of a drop 8 mentality. They have this middle safety who's going to kind of play some different ways as they kind of move. They move him around. If you kind of see how they're doing on the back end of things, they're really trying to make things difficult for the quarterback, right, and for the play caller. And then you got to kind of diagnose as you get post snap as to what kind of coverage that they're going to give you. So as you look at this whole defensive structure, it is different. It does look different. The picture is going to constantly change, especially on the back half. Are they playing quarters? Are they taking away some easy throws underneath? Again, they're trying to funnel you into making some bad decisions here as you go.
So we talked a little bit about Oshkosh's schedule. Similar to the Eagles, they're 2-2. Both of their losses, like you guys', aren't bad losses. How does that kind of impact what you guys do on the game plan?
I don't know if it impacts really anything, to be honest. I think it's more of just understanding who we're playing, and I think they do too. I think they understand. We understand the importance. They understand the importance of this game. This is going to be 2 really good teams going at each other. We're gonna. It's going to be another 4-quarter battle between 2 really good teams, and I think what's really special, 2 really physical football teams. I think these are going to be 2 teams that really want to hit each other, and you're going to see a really physical game all over the field.
The Platteville lost last weekend, snapped a 13-game WIAC conference game winning streak. What can be done to get a new winning streak going this weekend?
Just went on Saturday, right? It's the past. There's a lot of, I talked about a lot of emotions tied into that. But the reality is we can sit here and pout and whine about it. We can say, why did this happen? We can do all that stuff, but you got to look at why did it happen for us, and let's move on here and get our team going here for Saturday. And I didn't know the win streak. That's nice, but again, this league is so good, and the coaches are so good in this league, and the players are so good in this league that you don't get time to do this, and we can't let this team beat us twice now.
Talking a little bit about those players that are good, especially from Oshkosh. Who's a player, maybe for an Eagle fan heading over or an Eagle fan tuning into the game, who's a player from UW-O that fans have their eye on?
Yeah, I think, what's really special is they have, you look at some of the top receivers, not just in the conference, but in our country. We saw one of them last weekend. We have one of them on our team, and they have one on their team, no doubt. He is number 16. Trey Teslaf is one of the best receivers in the country. There's a reason why NFL scouts are going there. They're going to look at him. They're going to watch him practice. He is a phenomenal player. He is. He's got the speed. He's got the deep ball ability. They do such a good job, again, of just getting the ball in his hand sometimes. Sometimes they're going to take their huge shots, and then sometimes they're just going to throw rocket screens. And sometimes they're going to say, hey, he's going to make a guy miss, and he'll break this. He'll take a behind the line of scrimmage pass, and he'll get it for 10 yards. And then sometimes they're going to put him back at punt return so that he gets the extra touches there. So they do such a good job of just getting him involved and then keeping him involved throughout the game and as the game goes on. So there's the concept of he's going to stress you. Their offense coordinator is going to stress you formationally. He's going to break your rules. He's going to force you to have to play your safeties in the box to stop the run. And then he's going to do that. He's going to try to get you tightened down in the box. And then he's going to take shots over the head and get the ball into number 16's hands. So just to kind of repeat what I just talked to you about, You got a two tight end formation. It's FIB. It's into the boundary, right? So he's clearly trying to ISO to the field here, right? Like he's trying to ISO him to the field, but like, what do you do as a play caller? Like, right? Are you going to bring both safeties into the box? Because the reality is these two tight ends that they have, number 7 and number 19, holy cow, are they good players? They are good players, and they're butt kickers. Like they want to play in the box. They want to knock your head off. And so they're really, really physical at the tight end spot. They do a great job of keeping these guys involved. So you have to he forces you, he puts a formation into the boundary. He forces you to put your safeties down in the box. And then what is that going to do? It's going to open up play action pass. You're going to get off man. He's going to run the post right here and just isolate that. So as a play caller, like you can't put two over the top of them all the time. Right? You can't put two over that. They'll run the ball for 400 yards on it. But then you also just can't sit there and say, hey, we're going to ISO that. So you're really caught in a tough world with this group, and what this group is doing matchup-wise as a play callers like Coach Jennings and Coach Warsaw. They are really good play callers. And you just kind of see the whole thing, and they do a good job of, they're going to throw a bunch of different formations at you. They're going to max pro on this stuff. They got their read over the top. And again, that's just 16. He's been doing that in this league for a really, really long time.
Matt, thank you for your time. Viewers, listeners, thank you as well. Best of luck on Saturday, and go Eagles.
Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate it. Let's get that cough all good to go. Let's get those allergies out of here and go Eagles.